Hello! Hello, you wonderful people!
Welcome everyone to another stream. We will be reacting to the new Parking Zero trailer.
And we will be sharing our insights about the game. We have some notes over here with some talking points about the art, the gameplay, and the overall other things like the dialogues, custom battles. We get to those. And with all of that out of the way, I think
We are ready to give you our opinions as two BT3 veterans.
exactly. So let's start with the art. And the first thing that I think comes to everyone's mind is the graphics.
They are just majestic. Just look at this map. Personally, I love the Kai World. It's my favorite map.
Yes.
And it's so damn beautiful. And I love that they have the little road, they have the little table. It's so full. It's full of life.
Yes,
I love
and
it.
it's such a novelty to see in a Budokai game magnificent trees. Simply beautiful vegetation. I think it makes the world so much livelier.
Yeah, I can feel the love the developers threw in.
Yes.
And
yes.
these amazing cutscenes, for example, the transformations, the auras.
And pretty much everything. I mean, I love even when you fly over the ground, when you're doing that dragon homing, for example. If you are over the ground or over water, it has a little animation. Hello, Cuddle Bro. It has a small animation, dirt getting blown away, water getting blown away, when you get slammed into the ground.
It's dynamic, yeah, it's a very dynamic.
I mean, look at
As
that.
it should be.
And pretty much, you've all seen the distraction, you've all seen the graphics, so I don't think we have to spend a lot of time talking about those obvious things. I mean, look at it. You simply see the game.
It's just eye candy.
Yes.
Those graphics are just eye
Yes,
candy.
but in the Japanese build, which was, I think, some weeks older,
I think around a month and a half.
a month and a half.
Yeah, some YouTubers said that it's 1 month, 1 month and a half, something like that.
You can see a critical improvement on one thing that really bothered you.
Yeah, they have very nice attack animations, but they didn't have very dynamic getting hit animations. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you had like all the punches getting mixed up and stuff, but the character that felt the punches was like just a little tap on the shoulder or on the belly or something. But here it's a lot better. It's a huge improvement, and I think in the final build it will be even better too. They seriously don't leave anything unpolished at this point.
Yes, I truly trust them. I mean, they've shown that they listen to the community. They've shown that they really listen to the community. And I think that pretty much, oh my god, that was instant transmission. What was that?
I don't know. The time thing. I think it was a key point thing.
Yes, it was something like instant transmission. And this move, it will probably be something like blocking every projectile. This is a new mechanic. I don't think it was in Budokai series. I can't recall a single player that could pull up a barrier that sent projectiles back to you.
Yeah, definitely. No projectile.
Yeah.
Only when you swipe them away manually.
Yes, I mean, how would you code that in those days? It would be very intensive. I don't know if they could do it as flawlessly as in this game. And
now we have a big ape.
I mean, look, I've seen some, not controversy, but a lot of people aren't very excited about giants.
Yeah, it's a little mixed feelings because he's a little hard to control, not to control, to see the other opponent, to know exactly what are you doing in relative with the opponent. It's a little quirky right now with the camera and
Yes,
how
but
big he is.
maybe adding a small overlay to the opponent, like a overlay.
Over the clouds and stuff.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Maybe it will make it a lot easier. But speaking about this, when he falls down, you didn't feel the weight of falling down, which I really hope they will polish. But other than that, the beams in this game look incredible, and I really am glad that they seem to have patterned up some beams in stronger characters.
Yeah. In relation to the first gameplay showcase they were so they definitely have improved.
Yes.
And my favorite character. That's such an amazing job with Hercule.
Mr. Satan! Or as they were saying in abridged, Hail I mean, can I say it in YouTube? They've done this move so well.
That's always good.
I love these comic manga animations they've done with him.
Yeah.
The letters,
It actually mixes up very well with all the 3D environment.
and his aura, like the spotlight and the
Because
confetti.
he's the champion, everyone applauds it.
The only thing that I really hope they will add to the final build is his jetpack.
Yeah, Loki wanna say it too.
I mean, if he doesn't have the jetpack, just don't make him fly. Let him literally be unable to fly. Don't even have him for hover.
I mean, he jumps, so yeah, okay, maybe.
Yes, and if you want to...
I can't remember if he ever flew in the anime.
Never.
I think he
He
can't fly, right?
He can't
Yeah.
fly. So maybe add a skin where he doesn't have his jetpack and then... Or a simple toggle, because you know he's Mr. Satan, everybody loves him. And when he doesn't have the jetpack, make him unable to fly, because it would be fun to have one single player who can't fly in this game.
Yeah, maybe make it like an equipable item if there's some
Something
kind of
like
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
It would be so fun.
But to be honest, I really love when he jumps and does his little crawling.
They don't
animation.
do it that here.
Yeah, I think they don't.
I mean, you know what? In Mr. Satan, maybe don't do it. But if they don't add this animation to Yajirobe, I will be very pissed.
We still
Very
haven't
good.
seen Yajirobe gameplay.
Yes.
I really hope he's
Yes,
in there.
my baby boy. I can't wait for. Please don't nerf the sensu bean.
No, that was fucking broken. That was
They have to
broken.
keep it. They have to keep it like that. Come on. And here on my notes, I have written something that you clearly could see right there. When you are throwing your enemy away, the air animations and the subtle ways with the punches that... Look at this, look at Yamcha, where when he attacks Vegeta, you can see the air move really fast, and these sparkles that...
Oh, right.
After the move. Make the game so dynamic. So dynamic.
Yeah, it feels alive, realistic, you know.
Yes. Maybe with the camera's sake, they could add a little bit more, because now
You
you're
actually have basically none camera
Yes.
stake. Whereas in the previous installments of the series, they absolutely had camera stake.
yes,
in the
they seem to
major
be.
scenes.
You know what? I will be content if they add the option to manually.
Maybe there is an option. Yeah, we don't know yet.
I mean, in the current generations, you basically can configure everything in any game. So let us configure our camera sake, let us configure our VFX, let us configure everything.
Yeah, and that's what we've seen up till now. The game seems to be very modular at that aspect.
Yes, so I trust them. And another thing I would talk about art is the border. So in the previous installments in Budokai 3, when you were hitting your opponent to the border, you pretty much saw the border like a fragmented bluish cyan type of
it's
color.
like a shield of some kind.
Yes. But now they've made it that if you get thrown to the border, it breaks and reveals another dimension, which is cool, but maybe the art department got a bit too happy with the dimension stuff. I mean, I love it in Broly, where he punches and he breaks reality.
But maybe it's not as clear that they are that this is the how far the map goes.
No, I think they've done a pretty good job if you
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't really noticed that, to be honest.
But what I enjoy about this game is that it actually seems pretty difficult to get to the border.
Yeah.
The maps are
gigantic.
gigantic.
Gigantic, definitely.
Gargantuan would be a more proper word. And yeah, but the border art is cool. The only thing that maybe from the art standpoint would be the class beams. I mean, let's be real.
Not so the art, but the like that shaky camera where it just spins and spins.
Yeah, the swirling effect.
The swirling, yeah.
It doesn't. It has no camera shake. Doesn't feel dynamic at all. And not only that,
It doesn't make you dizzy, in my opinion.
but it breaks reality. You go into another realm. But why? I mean, who doesn't want to see a beam class inside the city?
Yeah, I want to destroy everything in the spectrum of the class.
And you know what? With every time, they could add something that would make the beam class just so simple. Every time you win at the mini game, at the top, just have the beam move a little, and move a little, move back and forth, and just make this mini game more dynamic and more.
I hope it's not a technical limitation that were transferred you to that other alternative area.
I don't think it's a technical limitation. I mean,
the game's selling point are the state instructions, so it doesn't make sense.
Yes, I mean,
but I want to see, that the area getting absolutely have been destroyed by the class.
Yes, and so who's winning? So who's winning?
And that too, of course, yeah.
I mean, come on. Make it more dynamic. And the last thing that we have pretty much in the art department is the damage models. And I've seen a lot of discussion about how the models get very easily damaged. The cool thing is that they have two stages of damage now. They don't have one. They don't have the perfectly normal.
Yeah, they definitely have one more. I'm not sure if they have two more.
They have no.
I think they're either two or three.
You have three types of player. You have the base model, the slightly damaged model where you are, like now, Goku was dirty. You have dirt, you have been wear off by the battle.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, yes, it should happen fairly quickly, because look at how you're fighting. If you get thrown to the ground, you are expected to have some dirt on you.
True.
And after...
But I think it's a little too quick, because like if you get a super on your face, it's you're just the first at the first stage of the close destruction. So maybe they could do it relative to your max HP or something like that.
Yes, maybe, but let's not forget that in the demo they have 3 bars of health. They don't have 4, they don't have 7.
True, so maybe it's already installed.
The last damage model where you are actually damaged, they should add a limitation to how soon you can get with this damage, but I still think it shouldn't be too slow for the character to get that much damage. Because for me it ruins the realism of the game, which they have done a perfect job with. Let's be real.
I don't agree.
And with that, we're getting on to the gameplay, and now we can actually talk about some mechanics and talk about how the game feels. Which, first of all, just tell me, Goldie, how does the game feel to you?
Okay, so I had some reservations because from what I've seen other YouTubers talk about, they felt it was kind of heavy, If you put it like right next to the previous games, it might be, the combos, how the attacks connect might be a little slower. But the overall feel of the pacing of the fights and the actions between one another, I think it's there. I think the spirit is there. So maybe even it's a good thing that it's a little bit slower, so you have just a little bit more time to focus on what you want to do with your combo. So I think it might be a positive change actually.
It's the only thing that I'm afraid with this change is maybe if the game becomes too noob friendly, loses that technicality that you are used to with Budokai series, with the Range and Blast series, which this game is probably their little baby from what I've seen, because I haven't played the Range and Blast. I've seen gameplay, but it never actually scratched the itch. I never felt the need to play this game, but from what I've seen and from what I've read from the Reddit community, it has both the best elements from both of these games.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. I think now, relative to if it's going to be a little too noob friendly, I think, look, if it's a faithful Budokai Tenkaichi game, it will have a huge skill ceiling. So the more you learn the game and the more you learn all the little windows they have over each move, that makes a huge difference if you capitalize it on them right. So, you know, it might be a little friendly to do combos and stuff, but if you know how to get yourself around it, maybe with the side steps and stuff, because I think the side steps are even more quick than the previous games.
Yes, I think they did that to balance out, because in the top competitive list, they actually move around with R1, L1, ascent, descent, and they try to jump around the other player, which it was very quirky. And
I'm not sure if there's the jump thing here.
The jump is. I've seen that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's in the game.
Okay, but maybe it doesn't maybe jump as far.
No. It's the same.
It's the same. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I've seen 1 or 2 clips where people jump, and you know what? I love that jump because first of all they've added some very nice mechanics from the previous games to the jump, and I'm really confident.
Such a cool move.
Yes. I'm really confident that they will carry them over to this to the final build and
no, I
to
think,
the overall game.
For example, at the first battle we've seen, where you asked me how did Vegeta get behind him, I think it was the skill point thing where it gets behind you and wipes away. No, it was with Gogeta and Vegeta. And you know, it goes behind your back and then he throws you straight
but
up.
I think Vegeta did the teleportation, not the skill.
No, I think it was the skill, but there's a little window where Gogeta can do a super if he presses it right. So he might have done the super right in his face because he had reacted fast enough. I don't know, we will see, it's only a demo, so we can't really be for sure.
But speaking of supers, and wait, I will come back to supers, I just want to mention one thing. These new mechanics they've added, some of them, for example this one, where if you're close to the enemy you can dash right behind them and throw them away. To me, it seems a bit redundant. I don't know, I mean, if you just dash behind him to throw him away, it makes a combo in just supers and all that stuff a bit easier, a bit more dangerous for no reason. And I really hope there are some ways to counter that. But if there are some ways, let's say with vanishing, you know, I'm trying to come behind you and we start vanishing all the way, I'm afraid that the game will become very heavy on the vanishing, on always trying to time a vanish to not get hit behind.
Maybe that's why they've added all this new stuff. You know, revenge counter and.
I don't know. We have to see how it plays.
Yeah,
and, with the key economy and skill economy of the game. But as long as the supers, the fact that you can combo a super or an ultimate attack point blank in the middle of a rush combo, to me it seems very, very scary on the balancing type of stuff and on the skill ceiling, because in the previous installments hitting a super, hitting an ultimate attack required you to actually get your opponent off guard to make a very good combo and put him out of position.
To pressure him enough.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean,
well, if you've seen our games, what we do is basically apply a lot of pressure, and at any point at this pressure, you can mix up a super attack or an ultimate attack, and that's exactly the mind game we are playing on, because you don't know when that will come, and you always have to be ready. So the offensive player has to do a good mix-up and pressure enough the opponent to throttle him, you know, to shake him up.
yes, I mean, if you are low HP, here, he has the ultimate attack. He did one hit,
yeah, and
then
went
through the
for
ultimate.
Yeah.
And what worries me is that all the AIs I've seen have never dodged a point blank super or an ultimate.
Plus the damage output is insane.
Yeah, okay, maybe they've modified it for the demo. That's up in the air, or maybe they will balance it out later.
Yeah, true. That's always.
We still don't know. But on the point blank matter, it's really scary, you know, because literally, if I have the ultimate and I have no reason to risk getting Z countered, getting vanished, getting parried with a combo, when I can simply Dragon Home to you, which is very fast, and that can play both ways. but I can Dragon Home to you, stun you with a hit, and then immediately combo my ultimate.
And you can even do a Z burst, where it's even quicker.
Yes, and yes, I meant Z-burst, thank you. And you do all that, and maybe they've added some skill points. I've seen that you can expand the skill to counter your enemy. But then you pretty much make the economy based around that. I mean, if you are fighting, I will always want to have one skill on the side to dodge a deadly combo with a super on a ultimate. And that takes away from the actual... I mean, you don't want your players to hold on to a skill for a specific situation every game. And if that situation doesn't come, it doesn't happen and you haven't expected this skill point. Every skill point soon, every move, I love the mindset they have in the Tenkaichi games where you could dodge literally everything.
I really hope there is that gap where you can dodge even at face blank.
I mean, yes, but if you rely on face blank ultimate to dodge by a perfect
Frame, basically. A perfect
yes, a
dodge.
perfect tap, a perfect dodge, that's so hard to do.
It's very, very hard to do.
And okay, let's say for a good player like to Budokai Tenkaichi, 3 veterans, we could manage. But for a new player,
No, that would be devastating.
that would be devastating.
It literally took us hundreds of hours to get dodges right.
Yes, and that's all I had to say on this matter. That's pretty much what was worrying me. But I have to ask you, my cute little baby boy, what is your opinion on the new class system in general? Not only the beams class, I mean, we analyze that, but on the
So
whole
the mini games.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What I've noticed watching gameplay videos is that the gameplays, the mini games that pop up are basically random, and they have a large number of them. I think it's somewhere between 7, roughly counting 5 to 7, I think.
5 to 7?
Yeah, and that includes tapping, by the way, because I haven't seen it. I've rarely seen tapping, but it exists. I've seen it.
And you mean massing?
Masking, sorry, yeah.
It exists?
Yeah, there's
wow.
masking. And yeah, I think actually that might be a step up because okay, what happened when we played at the beginning was that some mini games where we had an advantage because the one player knew it very well, the other not so much. So you could use it as a defense mechanism to turn the fight at this point to throw in a mini game where you had the lead. And that gives you a huge advantage.
Yeah, for example, when he still hadn't figured out the massing, it was around 100 to 200 hours.
Yeah.
I had clearly an advantage in massing. So whenever he did the rush attack or dragon homing,
anything you could
I immediately
collide.
dragon homed on him, forced us into a class, I masked my way out of it, and no threat. So by mixing up the mini games, I think that was a good move.
Yeah,
It forces you to become more proficient in a lot of stuff.
True, it's more balanced, and it actually adds a reaction element to it. Because we don't know what you expect, so you have to be ready for every mini game.
Yes, that's actually an amazing point, because right now if you're going for a class, you immediately
You know what you expect. At a lot of times, I know when we collide because I can see the animation, and I immediately start massing.
Yes, you start massing before.
Yeah, just to get the momentum.
Yes, exactly. And that was a very pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I actually love that.
But do you love the camera?
What do you mean? I mean, apart from the sake, I think it's pretty good, and maybe I don't know how they will handle that bug where if the opponent goes straight up from you, and the camera can't really see him because it's just too vertical for it.
I love that you can see inside the ground when someone is above you because you need this information.
I think that's a bug though.
Is that?
Yeah, I think it's most likely a bug. But they could keep.
Nice camera.
They should do it. They should just up the camera a little bit.
Yes, maybe. But the idea I had about the camera is that when your opponent is right above you or right below you, in the old games you couldn't see them. In this game, as the build is right now, you can see them. And
Right, in the previous game, it wouldn't try to look vertically up.
Yes.
It would just look straight.
Cattle Bro is playing with some cables over there. Anyway, so with the camera, my idea was that if someone is directly above you, just simply rotate the camera, and you risk losing sense of where up and down is. But if you played some jet fighting games, aviation games in general, it's very common for pilots to don't know where up or down is. And I truly believe that it's not a problem in Budokai games. I mean, you're focused on the battle, and you have the cutscenes to... Because when you're doing a cutscene, some people haven't realized it, but they have kept the same mechanic with the cutscenes, that a lot of cutscenes teleport the players in exact locations for the cutscene to happen. Usually in the center of the map, to relocate you away from the border, for example. It helps the battle a lot. I mean, it would be nice to have fluent cutscenes, but first of all, it would be very difficult to program.
I don't know how they would pull it off, to be honest.
Yes, and second of all, it pulls you in the center of the stage, so you are far away from the border, and usually that results in more realistic and better feeling fights. And with that in mind, where you have cutscenes to reset the players, simply put the camera, allow it to rotate 360 degrees, see the player above you, and just add a little bit more weight, so the camera always wants to come back.
Sorry, did you see that animation where he grabs him and he does a little...
Yeah, that's a throw. That's a throw.
Ah, that's a throw.
That's a throw.
Okay. It confused me. I thought it was some kind of special move.
No, it's a throw.
Okay, very good.
Amazing.
So yeah, they have cinematics on throws now, of course. Why not?
Yes. And pretty much, so yes, that was what I was saying about the camera. Make it jet fighter-like. Allow us to always see our opponent. We don't need to know where up or down is. And I done a small weight to simply allow the camera to come more easily in the right positions, in the right orientation. When it's coming out...
So for everyone, it will be available 11th of October. But if you pre-order the Deluxe or the Ultimate Edition, you will get it at 8th of October, so 3 days earlier.
Yes, and we will pursue.
That, yeah, of course we will. Yeah, be careful if you like to get the collector's editions, it won't get you the early access thing.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why they've done it. That's stupid in my opinion.
All these corporations do those small little mishaps.
I mean, you pay like $200 and you don't get the game earlier. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yes. But yes, guys, at least for us, we will get the game at October 8th, and we will try immediately to learn it as good as the Budokai Tenkaichi games.
I think they will release at some point a demo for sure, because in an interview the producer said that they want to give the players the experience of the demo as many times as they can before the actual release. So I think we might get a little demo fast enough.
Super is really cool. And look, guys, Piccolo, he's very underrated. But if you see his animations, his intro, my god, I talk about his intro and I'm getting shivers. Yes, Piccolo has very cool animations, and the overall game has so much love put into it. So, with that out of the way, because I want to talk about the recovery.
Okay.
They've removed the recovery.
Oh, right.
From what I've seen.
The tapping, right.
Yes, in the Budokai game, if you got hit really hard, you had to mash.
If you got laid on the ground because you got the combo on your face, you had to mash to recover and then tap a direction to move.
In 2 days, they will release in the Bandai Namco channel a split screen, I think, gameplay, and an overall more polished demo with custom battles.
Oh wow, really? Okay, I didn't know that.
He has played Kakarot.
Released like publicly?
For them, they will do a live stream.
Okay, okay, that could be cool.
And after that, I know that there is another event with a build that you're saying. What we're waiting is a confirmation from when they will release the demo for everyone to play. Because then, believe us guys, we want to produce the best content in this game. We have so many ideas. Golden Bro had the idea for the Bros Saga,
and that was before the custom battle thing, right? Because if you go to our channel, we recreate the saga fights from the beginning, and we just play together, you know. I had this idea where what if we just did a custom story, you know, because there are so many stages, so many characters, and they absolutely nailed it by adding the custom battle thing, because it's so modular. If you go to the trailer and pause and see the frames, there's a sea of choices to choose and customize. You can customize cutscenes and dialogue, and have trigger events, make raid boss fights, everything. You can do basically everything. So we will definitely utilize that to the max to play together, and then of course give it to you to experience for yourself.
I just want to make a side tangent about how they've handled explosive waves, super explosive waves, barriers, and how more dynamic they've done them with clearer borders.
Yeah, true.
You can very clearly see that right now.
When you get an explosive wave, you can, because basically what they do in the Budokai Tenkaichi in the previous games, you first felt it and then see it.
Yeah,
it first throws you
at
out
the border,
of your way, and then
yeah.
you see the whole animation and stuff. So that's cleaner.
Thank you for subbing, by the way, guys. We really hope you enjoy our content. I mean, we have so much fun sharing our love about this franchise.
And game
and yes, because it's pure fighting, and we have so many ideas about sparking. We will have tournaments. We want to give away as many copies as we can to the community, just so you know. So in our live streams in the future,
get ready for giveaways.
Yes. I just want to point out that they've added tons in the game.
Yeah, the tants are returning.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Have you seen someone tanting?
No, but I've seen the option.
Okay.
I mean, when you get this game on your hands, you will probably not tant in the first match.
True. But it's a mechanic, because when you first tant, it burns, I think, 2 key bars from the opponent.
I hope they add some debuffs in that sense. You know what I would love with the tant? Adds a slow. Like, have the enemy be slowed for about 1 second, 2 seconds, just make it a bit more of the debuff.
A little more impact, yeah. I agree.
And let's share our appreciation that the game is actually unbalanced.
Right, because when we first researched how the game is going to play out, we've read somewhere that every character is going to be even, like in Fighter Z, for example, where everyone can play against everyone without any handicap or advantage. But here it's going to be that unbalance where Hercule, if he goes up against Godzilla, for example, he's going to have a really hard time. But if you're good enough, you might beat him too. So.
And also I see that they have handled the armor a little bit better. You know, like the Great Ape won't feel the punches of a base form character most of the times. Let's ignore Vegeta, Gogeta and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's his truth.
That's his truth. But now he's actually faster. I mean, I definitely think that there will be a place in the meta for Great Apes and giant characters in general. If we know the DLC.
Do you know the DLC? No, that they've been very, very secret on what characters they're going to release. Yes, they're very secretive.
But Golden Bro has a very cool theory about who the secret character is. And I can get behind that.
What was my theory?
When we were smoking, when we were smoking some perfectly normal cigarettes, my friend, you told me that I truly believe that the secret character is a Beast Gohan just because they released the superhero DLC.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, they have the Super Gamma 1 and 2 on the DLC. I think the first 2 DLCs will be from Superhero and Daima. Maybe we'll have 2 DLC from Superhero. They might add, the scientist, the kid scientist. That would be very fun because he actually fought, with the red ribbon boss. And this series is the perfect series to have those kind of funny characters.
I mean, add everyone. I literally want to see tits in the game.
Yeah, me too, so much.
I mean, come on.
If you do it right, which it's proven that can be done, they will have their own place.
Make sure
in the
a
roster.
Satan level of
Type of thing.
But
yeah,
why
yeah.
not?
No, definitely. I would love to see them.
Yes, but what I want to say is that in the tournament mode, because we really love this map, and I think a lot of the community loves the whole mode because now you see the gameplay, you see that they touch the grass, you see that if you do an ultimate, the crowd starts running around, it has a small cutscene where they evacuate the whole area and then you unlock the rest of the map.
So cool.
But what we want and what we fear is that they have removed a move called Emergency Blaster Wave, where pretty much when you were getting comboed, your Wells had the option of pressing L1 twice, and that pretty much threw your opponent off, costing you half a health bar.
It broke the opponent's combo. It pushed them away, but it cost a lot of health.
Yes.
But it was balanced, and it was a very strategic thing to do in the World Tournament because of the borders.
Yes, because if I throw you towards the ground and you start flowing out and you don't have any time to recover, what will you do? Emergency Blaster Wave.
Yeah, you will resort to that, so you won't get that. I was actually using it in the opposite kind of way. I was trying to get, if you comboed me, for example, I would wait to get to a point where you would be behind the border, and I would then press the combo breaker to push you at the border.
And
because that that resets the dynamic, and now I can pressure him.
Exactly,
and he will be behind the border.
You have to be very cautious of the positioning.
Definitely.
And I'm afraid that they maybe not done it in the game, and if they haven't, how do you replace it? With skill points, I mean, I don't like basing much of the gameplay on the skill system.
Yeah, I actually like that because it was costly, but it cost you
It's
HP.
a fair trade.
It's not a little fair trade because it's basically on me. If I can handle losing HP, but making it up back by getting a good position against my opponent, then that's fair. Why wouldn't I want to have a choice?
Yes, so now let's add some other more different things about the game. I have them in the other category, which is the dialogues. So I don't know if you know, but they've probably recorded like thousands of lines,
Right?
and they say they've recorded SSJ for Goku from
Oh
BT3
right,
Live.
okay. So that came out of Sin Simmel's mouth in a panel he called up, and I think Sin Simmel is definitely one of us. So he might have done it on a little purpose, a little bit of purpose.
He's a bro.
He's definitely a bro. And Sin Simmel said he had like 80 to 90 hours of voice line. Guys, do you know how much that is? That's an insane amount of hours to have your voice being recorded.
Yes.
Not the trials, just the final thing.
I mean, imagine the sheer amount, 90 hours of lines.
Insane. That's insane.
Is there gonna be a tournament of power? Look, what we believe is that, first of all, I'm pretty certain that they will add the whole tournament maps as if the other world tournament maps with a tournament mode. They won't have it as the Budokai where you only have one map. But for the tournament of power map, they will surely add it.
They, just to be clear, they haven't said anything official, but they said there will be toggles for the ring outs, and they hinted that it will be on more than one stage.
Yes, like in the tournament of power, because the map is gargantuan, I don't think maybe you could go out, but it doesn't have the normal tournament
Maybe
rules.
they could do something
It
like
will be a normal map.
if you pull two down, maybe something
Maybe,
like that.
but it will certainly be a normal map, like the desert you're seeing right now. It will definitely be like that. So yes, expect the tournament of power map. I see no reason why they won't add it. And I'm pretty sure that with an ultimate attack, it will be breaking down as it was in the finale.
Definitely, yeah.
Super.
I want to see that so bad, yeah.
So yes, with the custom battles, pretty much we covered that we want to make our own Dragon Ball story. We pretty much want to rewrite Super. It's one thing we're very keen on.
We have a little aspiration where, Super did some things right and did a lot of things very, very badly. The custom battle will be perfect for that. We will make a whole series on our channel and we'll release them so you guys can play too.
Of course, and more of that, we want to keep the original heart that the Dragon Ball series had, as Akira Toriyama wrote it. For example, we've made a video, you can find it in our channel at Broscassions. It's about the assassination of Goku's character. But with all of that, I want to talk about the what ifs.
What was hugely loved by the Tenkaichi series was those little what ifs they had in the previous, I think it was Tenkaichi 3 or 2, I can't remember, but they had the sagas, and when you finish the saga they had a new one where there were what if scenarios, and I think at one game they had trigger mechanics where if you, for example, if you didn't follow the storyline, you would unlock a specific what if, and everybody loved that. Of course they would love it to experience new stuff that would happen in the anime. So it's an amazing direction, and I'm so grateful that they took the time to develop so much story mode based on what ifs.
Yes, and I mean, in some instances, they've rewritten the Dragon Ball story better. I mean, when you see when Goku wants to go alone to fight Raditz, and actually Krillin, Master Roshi, and even Piccolo hop alone, and you see all of them fight Raditz
together,
and the way they finish him off is by having Krillin throw the distractor disc. Raditz dodges it. Then Master Roshi does the, how is it called, the move that he holds Raditz down?
The thing where you hit his opponent in the vase.
No, that was it.
Yeah, he first stuns him.
Okay. And then you see Piccolo finish Raditz off with Special Beam Cannon. They have the potential to save the Dragon Ball story from a completely different way. That could very easily be the canon way. I mean, Goku going Super Saiyan against Vegeta. That's very cool. That's amazing to experience. And we're very excited.
And guys, don't forget, this is going to be an online game. We can get more stuff. We can get stuff fixed. We can get DLCs with content, single player, multiplayer, and everything.
People's custom battles. I mean, you are lovely bros. You can create your own custom battles for the two bros.
Yeah, the community could create, our little bro community could create stuff they want us to experience and play. We could have something like a challenge, make it as hard as you can, and we'll try and beat it, something like that.
It will be very fun, and the first-person cutscenes. Oh my god!
I've been thinking about first-person cutscenes since I was a little kid, and I'm so happy they finally, dipped their toes in that thing, because why wouldn't you experience a cutscene in a first-person? My very aspiring long shot dream is to maybe have a mode where you can switch to first person cutscenes and play as easily as you could on a third person camera.
In the dual mode.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, if you're going to make it quirky, you know what? Add the option to play first person in the fights. Why not?
You could have a good shortcut where you can change, because sometimes the first camera might be more beneficial or something like that. Yeah, the select, for example. I don't think the select is used at all.
Yes.
Or something like that. Yeah, I think it will be amazing, and we can, with this game, with this demo of the game, we can definitely hope.
Pretty much. Those were our thoughts about the game.
Okay, so just I have to point it out. One critique I have that really bothers me. There's just one thing. What? The health bars.
Oh yes!
I dislike so much the color. It's not the actual colors. It's, if you notice that they fade away to a white.
Yes.
Like I want to glance at our health bars and be able to cleanly tell how we're doing in terms of health. Like, I don't want to waste time looking at the white thing and then sliding my ass all the way up to figure out what kind of color that is. And even worse, the colors, the color palette they picked, it's not very
Vibrant.
very distinctive one with the other.
Yes,
So-
I mean, look at this yellow.
Yeah, you can barely tell that he has a little green,
Yes,
light green tail.
in Budokai, the
For
yellow
example.
color, it's, you know, that pee where when you see it in the toilet, you're like, fuck, this kind of
It's
pee.
that color. I haven't drunk
that-
water for like 2 days.
Yes, it's that color, and it should be that color because you're really close to actually getting killed.
And also, I don't know what's this kind of modern mindset where they remove the red final health bar. I love the red health bar because, you know, if you just point and if you just get a blink of red, you know something is close to ending.
Oh my god, yes, they've done it. I didn't even notice, and you're so correct. Ah, the beams that curve. Amazing. Simply amazing.
Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for viewing our reaction to the amazing Sparking Zero gameplay. Thank you for staying with us and enjoying the amazing Budokai Tenkaichi series and the amazing Force modes. I hope you enjoyed all the time you had with us.